Hey guys.
Hey guys,
Welcome back to our channel.
we're here to spill some frappuccino.
Some frappuccino tea. That should be a thing. Yeah. So anyways guys, today we are actually going to continue the paranormal experience series. The last time I talked about was about the psychic visit. That was the first time, so we still got a long way to go.
We've gone like 7 times.
Yeah, no, we went like, yeah. I recently went in, what, February?
A month before I gave birth.
Yeah, I went to get our first reading of 2019, and this one explained a whole lot of things. This is actually going to be like the biggest one we are going to explain. We still got... Are you okay?
I got a break, please.
Oh. We still got to explain what's going to happen in the future. But as of right now, I said on the last video some things, and then Chelsea put in the end that she's going to talk about.
I don't want to talk about it though. It makes me really like people.
She's going to talk about it, how the demon.
It's not called a demon.
It's what was it? Entity?
Yeah, an entity. An entity. Okay, so since let me talk about this. You're gonna hate me. Oh, by the way, I had this because it's a cozy type of day in California.
Oh yeah, it is a bloomy day, and then I don't know. Oh, I said bloomy.
I know, it's bloomy.
So I came home and I told Chelsea, well, why don't we just start a paranormal experience video again? Like, let's just keep it going.
Yeah.
And especially because a lot of people requested, and we actually had a lot of students, well, a while back.
Oh yeah.
That were constantly watching it. And they're like, Mr. Edgar, Miss Chelsea, what's going on? Like, what happened? And stuff.
I would keep my staff updated all summer. I had them so paranoid. I was a non-believer. Why? Because like my mom taught me to go like that. Like, ugh, get over it. It's not true. When things would like happen to me here and there, but I was like, no, it's probably like a bag or something tossing in the wind outside or something. It's probably just the trees whistling. I don't know. But after the previous videos, I started believing it, and so
it all started right after we went to go visit.
You went to go visit the first time because I was like, I'm not gonna see her, this and that. I'm not even gonna like. I was really negative with Bonnie.
But didn't you walk in that day, or what? Yeah, it was that day, remember?
But I don't think you got that.
No, you didn't go.
No, I went the second time.
Yeah, you went the second time, you're right.
Well, thing is, there's a thing called an entity. And an entity is kind of like a spirit or a lost soul, kind of like roaming around. And they like getting attached to people. There's some negative entities and there's some really negative entities. So the thing that attached to me was a negative entity, and I kind of encountered, well, Edgar encountered a really negative entity. So on me, it got attached. I don't know why, but it was because of you.
Yeah.
Bonnie told you to take a saltwater bath. And Edgar's dumb butt was like, hey Chelsea, you want to be in the tub together? And I was like, I'm down.
We didn't.
But I didn't see anything.
Let's actually explain that part. So when I went to the psychic the first time, she basically was talking about the spirits and all that stuff. Anyway, she's like, I need you to take a salt water. Basically what that is, it just gets rid of like all the negative energies and all. So yeah, she told me to take a salt water bath or whatever. And you can go on.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut it there and fast forward to when I went. So I told you guys about the tub, how I jumped in it, and I started going through so many things. I started having the biggest mood swings ever. I wasn't feeling like myself. I was so negative every day. I was kind of like positive towards everybody else, but when I would see Edgar, like I would like just get filled up with rage, right? And then I'm gonna cut it right there. I don't want to be too specific. I went with her, and then Edgar was like, you need to talk to her because she's not being like herself.
You didn't want to.
I didn't want to, and then I dogged Edgar when he was like, she wants to talk to you, because I was like, I don't want to see her. And then I walk in through the door, and she said that the second I walked in, well, after she explained that she saw like a dark cloud around me, that I was filled with so much negative energy, that she saw me heated. And that she was scared of me. And I walked in, that she didn't see me, that she saw something else. And then she told me, like, this thing got attached to you due to a body of water. And I was like, well, I work with kids. And it's summer. This was before Ethan. Like a month or two before Ethan, right?
It was like, yeah, like 2 months before Ethan.
Yeah. And I was like, maybe one of the kids had it. It got in the pool, and then it got attached to me.
Like, that was her conclusion. That was our conclusion. We're like, it's the pool.
Yeah, because that pool is so sketchy. It's in a sketchy park. I think it's the pool. And she's like, I don't know, but it could be. I see a lot of water surrounding it. And I was like, okay. And then that night, I was like, And then I think back of when I went in that tub with Edgar, and I was like, what if his energies were like around me, you know? Because like it detoxed on him. I was in the tub too, and I sucked it in. And then I texted her that night, and she was like, yeah, that sounds more... Well, she got mad.
Well, why did you get in the water with him in the first place?
Yeah. Not in a bad way, but she was like doing it like in a friendly manner. Not how my mom would. But okay, now I jump back to when I went in the tub. So that started, and I had a notebook with everything in order.
Don't you have it?
It should. I don't know which notebook. So I found my notebook. Okay. So I think these stars is that we haven't talked about it, but I need to like say it. Okay. So after Bonnie, I feel like because we kind of like messed with it a little bit, everything started jumping at us. Like, so I feel like we opened some paranormal stuff going on Bonnie's. Like, she didn't trigger them, but since we wanted help, like, I guess there was supposed to be a little bit of pushback from it. So I started with the crosses on the outside of the door.
Who noticed those? Was it my mom or I did?
You did.
I did, right?
You're like, there's some crosses, and I was like, I don't believe you. And then
you saw it and you recorded it.
I saw it and I recorded it to give it to Aurelie
because there was no crosses in the beginning. There was nothing, and then I told Bonnie, I was like, I need you to help us cleanse us, like in this and this and that. But I think that's more later on, no? Because I got the cleansing that same day.
It was the first day. Alright, so here's the thing. Imagine like the outside of a house. You know how it's kind of bumpy outside of a house? If it's kind of like a cemented wall, not kind of like wooded or whatever. I don't know how to explain.
It's a cement wall.
Yeah, cement wall. And then there's kind of like bumpy things. Okay, so imagine that wall when it's wet. It's still the same color, just a tad darker, not that noticeable. And then once it dries, like it starts getting a little bit noticeable. Well, those crosses, they look like someone splashed water in it, but they never dry up, and they're the exact same shape of a cross, and they're exactly parallel from each other on opposite ends of the doors in the backyard.
Yeah, because in the backyard in my mom's house, you have to slide the door in order to go in and out. So it's like what is it called? A sliding door.
And there's a pool, and when I saw them, I was like, it's probably the pool. But literally, you could go. I don't know if it's.
We could go to this day. We don't know about like now. We haven't actually like checked it out.
Yeah, we haven't.
But, I mean...
I'm pretty sure it's still there. So that first happened after he got cleansed, because his mom also went before I did. Him and his mom were like talking to Bonnie. But starting that day too, there was a bunch of arguments between Edgar and I. And they were like so intense to the point where I had an anxiety attack in one of them. A panic/anxiety attack. Because we were just going at it, and it would just escalate to the point where literally in my heart, I just felt something pop, like something, I don't know, I could explain it as a machine that's running, and then like a little wire just dislocated, and then the whole machine breaks down. I felt like that went in my body, and I just couldn't breathe anymore. Like, if you've had a panic or an anxiety attack, you would kind of understand. Like, I had to go outside. They had to like put water right here. I literally had to sit next to the pool, and Edgar was like patting me with water. I scared him and his brother that day because we were all alone that day. And then other than the arguments, we would hear knocks on the living room wall, and the one with the door. So we would hear knocks on our door, sometimes window, right?
Yeah.
And then our wall.
No, I remember I was showering one time, and then you said, babe, like something about the 3 knocks. You right?
Yeah, because I was researching a lot because so many things were happening. And 3 knocks mean that they're warning us that something's gonna happen.
And actually, that same night, algo pasó.
Every night that happens, something happens.
Ever since that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been so long since like an actual like legit paranormal thing happened. When back then it was every day.
It's crazy, crazy though, because now like we go through some things, but it's not that intense.
The first legit like Edgar saw something with his own eyes was when I was getting something from the fridge in the garage.
So before we get into that part, I am going to explain this thing. I had a big mirror ever since I moved into that house. It was right in my room. It was the biggest mirror in the whole house. I took it out of my room and I left it in the garage. So this is like more back in time. Okay, so let's fast forward to Chelsea now saying what she was saying about how she was being all lovey-dovey with me, and then
out of nowhere he pushes me. I don't know what I was thinking. He pushes me and he's like, ah! Like when he gets scared, he does like a, I want to cry, but I don't want to yell so loud. It's kind of like a whisper yell.
I saw something behind her on the mirror that was in my room. We had it in the garage.
But it was covered, but there was a small part that was open.
Yeah, for some reason.
And he saw
a girl. There was a girl, and it was like a face figure of a girl. Like she was just like, she went like from here to like this all the way. But it was her face like doing this.
Yeah, thing is, it couldn't be a girl because here's the mirror. This is a small mirror compared to the big fridge, right? The mirror is here to the fridge. We only saw it through a crack right here because it was leaning against the wall. Here's the wall. Here's the mirror leaning against it. And then here is the fridge. So there was no way like anybody could fit in there to like see a girl.
There's nobody in the garage, just to say some of it all. Like,
yeah. And then he left me there and he ran out because he saw the girl. And I was like, at first I was like, is he lying? And then after I was playing around with him and I was like, wow, you're literally gonna leave me alone when something like that happens? And he's like, I wasn't thinking. After that, there were several moments where I would feel so uneasy. Like, I don't know if you guys get those moments where you're at night and then nowhere, like, your pressure doesn't drop, but it feels like your whole body goes cold and you're focusing on something, but you don't know what it is because you can't see anything, but you know there's something in the room. Yes, and we were talking about paranormal things we were going through. And out of nowhere, I get that feeling where I'm totally ignoring him. His words are like muffled out, but I'm focusing on the corner. Well, there's like a lamp that he had with 3 lights. And you know those like lights that are poles and they're all like urban or whatever, that you could literally, it's like a pole and then it's kind of like a bendy straw this way, a bendy straw this way, and a bendy straw this way, and you could like bend them to any direction you want. He had one of those, and the room was dark, but you could still see like the figures of everything due to the moonlight because he left the windows open. And I just see them start kind of like swerving and stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm getting a bit like chills. Like it was swerving. And when I was younger, I used to like lay on my bed because it was a bunk bed, and then all the picture frames were surrounding me, and I would see them somewhat like move, or like I would see a picture of myself kind of like waving at me, and I was like, I'm probably like really drained out, like my imagination is like taking the best of me right now. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's probably just my imagination, I'm overthinking or something. Out of nowhere, okay, I haven't told you because like we were waiting for the camera to start for me, but I'm getting a really bad vibe with this video. Usually when we talk about it, stuff happens. Out of nowhere, the camera said it overheated and it kind of like spooked me. Because out of nowhere it turned pitch black. When I was about to say it, jumped at me. Well, so those 3 lights were like swerving, and out of nowhere they make it's 3 circles attached, 1 on top and 2 at the bottom. But that shape jumped at me, and Edgar would have never seen anybody move as fast as I did that moment, because I got the sheets and I quickly went like psh.
Like you,
yeah, like super fast. And he was like, you felt it too, huh? And I hate it when he says that because I'm like, no, just leave it to my imagination. Let me think like, I'm dumb, I'm just overthinking. But no, like Edgar feels it too. And then that's when I'm like, oh, it's not much imagination. But yeah, I was kind of like scared because he said while I was seeing that, he saw a shadow in that same corner, but a silhouette of a person. Or was it the opposite next to the door?
I think it was next to the door.
Yeah.
It was telling you
so I was seeing that, and then he was seeing that.
So there was like two different things happening at the same moment, except when the 3 circles went to Chelsea, that's when like it just both disappeared.
Yeah, thing is like I'm like the neutral thing in the room, because Edgar's like a magnet, and I'm kind of like, what you want with my man? So I kind of like push things away, and once I notice things, like they go away. But like this thing came at me, and like, oh my
like
gosh.
it was pushing her, like it was testing her,
yeah,
to see if she would get scared or not.
Yeah, and I did.
And I think that's like, I mean, if you guys like know like the whole paranormal stuff, if you show fear, they're gonna get stronger and stronger, and it's just
they're
like,
feeding off it.
Yeah,
it's true.
And it's a true thing.
And I'm that type where if something paranormal is happening or something I can't believe is happening, I totally freeze and I like wait for something to happen. Like, let's say Ethan starts choking. He chokes, and I started paying attention to him if he just coughed or he's actually choking. You're it's like that moment where you're like waiting.
What's gonna happen or anything like that?
Like, is this what I think it is, or am I just tripping out? And then it actually happens. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was feeling.
So after the whole thing going on with Chelsea starting to see things, we actually went through something a couple days after that, when we were in the kitchen. No, I was in the kitchen. I was
in the room.
Yeah, she was in the room. I was locking things up, and I'm in the kitchen. And then my kitchen, basically how it is, it's you go, and then there's the dining like area. You go more into the kitchen, and then you make a left. It's literally, that's the only way you can go. Just straight and left. That's it. The left is a door. That's the garage door. And I remembered I was closing the door because the door was open for some reason. It was like 12 in the night. And then I locked the door, and then like just the moonlight was reflecting into the window that was right there in the kitchen. And as I like lock the door, I look up and I see my shadow, but I see something behind me. And then like I didn't want to turn because I knew it wasn't Chelsea. I knew it wasn't anybody in the house. I just knew something was behind me. So as I'm looking at it, I just noticed his side body. He's not facing towards me. He's facing straight through the kitchen. He just starts walking straight, and there's no way you can go straight in the kitchen because, like I said, you go straight in the kitchen and you make a left, and then that's the sink area, and that's it. You can't pass that. He went through it to go outside. And at that moment, I turned, and I still see a little bit of it, and I ran to the room, remember? And I closed the door. I explained it to Chelsea, and I don't know if it was that same night you saw a shadow of something walking to the closet.
It was in the same night, because I remember that night I was laying this way. And then the night where I saw my shadow, the bed was already like this.
Oh, you're right.
It was the same night. But yeah, so after that, Edgar usually takes late shower.
I like taking showers in the night, late at night.
Showers. So he takes late night showers, and then I don't know if it's the same night. Seriously, it's been since literally a year ago, exactly a year ago, since everything happened. It's lasted 2 months, then it stopped. So I don't know, like, the timeline of exactly everything that happened. I know the major events and where they kind of landed, but the minor ones like these, because they happen so often. Like the knocks, they happened often. Edgar seeing shadows, they happened often. So that's why we're kind of like mixing them up. But I remember one night I was laying down after an argument with Edgar. Obviously, literally every night we had arguments, and every night we had arguments, something would happen. So after an argument, Edgar was like, you know what, I'm gonna shower. So it was dark, and I was like laying in bed being all petty because I hated Edgar at the moment because we were mad at each other. And then out of nowhere, my pressure dropped, and I just felt like something in the room, and like I felt something in the door coming towards me, but I couldn't see anything. There was no proof there was something there, But like, you know that feeling where someone's staring at you? What was that feeling, but more intense? Like, I know someone's right there, I just can't see it.
See, but that's another thing. When you know something's there, like for us, we know we can't lie about it because you feel the energy. You feel like what she was saying. You know it's there. But go on.
So that's when I start panicking because I'm like, babe, but like really low at first. But then I said it low because I was like, I'm mad at him. I don't want to talk to him right now. And it started coming closer to me, and then I grabbed the sheets and I'm like covering myself, and then I'm like calling my mom. I'm like crying for my mom, and then I'm like panicking because there's something next to me. And I literally, like, I don't know, my whole left arm feels chills because that's where I felt it. And then right before Edgar walks in the room, I felt it standing right next to me, like right here, but I was laying down, so it was kind of like I felt him up here because I was laying down.
Okay.
I was laying here and I felt him like right here looking
like
down
if he's looking at, yeah.
And then
oh my god, that's
like,
creepy.
yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, and then that's when Edgar comes in and he's like, I know I was feeling something in the restroom too.
Yeah, at that moment I was showering and then I started hearing like voices. I thought it was her crying. It was her crying, just like some of it off. But I remember I was showering and I look outside and I just start feeling like something outside, like Chelsea says, like a magnet. When you're like putting two magnets together, when you try pulling them apart little by little, you feel like the gluk, like it wants to come back. But obviously it was in the room.
It was in my room, but then Edgar would also see shadows, kind of like where the mirror is, like if someone was brushing their teeth, but it was kind of like a clear, foggy drape that the light would shine through and you could see kind of like shadows if someone's outside. And he would see shadows of like people outside the restroom where, like, let's say I'm in the restroom brushing my hair and he's in the shower, except I'm not brushing my hair. It's like a shadow of someone there when I'm like in the room. So that's what he would see. And I also noticed that in that restroom the temperature
would change a lot.
Like we could be showering and nobody's tampering with the other like faucets because we're home alone. So I'm in my room, Edgar's showering, and there's nobody else. And he's like, the water literally just burned me, or like the water literally just turned freezing cold. Like, you never know.
I mean, I can't say if it was something like relating to that, but it would be not a constant thing. I said that
it would
wrong.
Happen around paranormal.
Yeah, around that time, something would happen.
Yeah, and, but like I also googled that because I have like certain sources, and it said that when there's a presence, temperatures change. So I don't know if you notice when you're having bad dreams or like if you're having sleep paralysis, the room is freezing cold.
Yeah.
Like the temperature either drops really low or rises really high. So it's like no in between. And like every time something wanted to happen, like, or Edgar would see a shadow, or like I would feel something in the restroom too, like the water temperature would just like
I don't know where drop. Yeah, like big time. But as of right now, I think we're gonna go ahead and end off the video here. We are actually going to be giving out a shout out.
So we have a shout out for someone today, because if you follow us on Instagram, we recently posted one of the pictures from our last video that we took about the couples goals. And we posted that before the video was up, and Edgar and I posted under, if you like try to guess what our next video is, and here's like a little sneak peek. Except Edgar at the end was like, if you guess it right, I'll buy you a Starbucks.
No matter where you guys were at, I was gonna buy you a Starbucks. If I couldn't, I would just send you guys the money through Zelle.
You know what you could have done?
Huh?
You could have bought it, but like in the app store, put it on that store. You know how you have the Starbucks app, and you could choose whatever store you want to do it.
Oh, like from far. Yeah, because this person, the one that she got it right, we're gonna obviously shout you out.
Yeah, she was like, is this the couple goals? Like,
yeah, like she guessed it, like he said. And I told her, I was like, Chelsea told me, she's like, so what are you gonna do with the Starbucks? And I was at work, and I was like, what? And then I see that she got it, and I was like, oh, perfect. So I told her, I was like, DM me. She DMs me. Sweetest girl in the world. Okay, as we were saying, sorry, because we had a little problem with the camera again. this girl was so sweet. She actually DM'd me saying, hello, estoy aquí por mi Starbucks. And I said, okay, where are you located? Like, do you have Zelle? Do you have something so that we could go ahead? And she tells me she's from Florida. So no matter what, I was going to keep my word and I was going to send you something. And she instead said, you know what? Can I just get a shout out in your next video? Because como verán, you guys are my favorite YouTubers and it would be awesome getting a shout out from you guys. And yeah, I don't want those Starbucks no more. That was the most sweetest thing you said. So shout out to Yose. And I'm gonna go ahead and put her Instagram right here. And then the Instagram is gonna be down below in the description as well. But shout out to you from all of us, including Ethan, even though he's asleep. And thank you for your comments, and you're so sweet. And then for the rest of you guys, if you guys want to shout out, you guys can go ahead, go on our Instagram, because we don't use Twitter. Go follow us. Give up on the Twitter thing. Follow us, and then just comment on our pictures. Just say, like, can I get a shout out or something like that. Like, I don't know, just whatever you guys want to comment, you guys are welcome to do it. Anyways, guys, so go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Like, comment, share as well. And then if you guys want another paranormal experience video, comment down below. And then we're going to go ahead and make you another one. Which obviously no matter what, we're going to have to. We will see you guys on the next video. I don't know why I just did that. But bye! Bye. Okay, ready? Like, you want to let the camera here?